So as you can see, my friends, we are getting a second Zinkai Awakening for this week, basically back to back. We got a Zinkai Awakening last week and we are getting another Zinkai Awakening this week as well, which is pretty interesting. So we are going to talk about it and what it could mean for the Legends Festival 2025. And I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay notified with everything new about Dragon Ball Legends, and without any further ado, let's just get started. So first of all, who is this character? As you can see, it is going to be a sparking character, so it's not a Legends limited character, and this character is going to be hinted to, as they usually do, from basically these effects that we have in the background. Now if we look at the background, as you can see, we have blue effects that are clearly half circles here, and they are forming some type of an aura. So this character is going to have basically an aura that is formed by blue circles or half circles, and this is basically matching perfectly with our boy, the transforming 3rd anniversary Red Bojack. As you can see, it is pretty much the exact same aura that he has basically in his art. It is the half circles with the blue basically aura that is forming around him. So this pretty much confirms that this character is going to most likely be the transforming Red Bojack from the 3rd anniversary, who came basically with the revival Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So this is a pretty interesting choice actually, because this pretty much confirms that our next character is going to be 100% related to Sagas from the movies, and the next character is going to be during the Legends Festival Part 1. So at least one of the two characters, if not both, is going to be Sagas from the movies, and that is pretty much the confirmation that we needed basically to know that we are going to get a fusing Super Gogeta. Now why am I saying that? Well, we first received a Zinkai Awakening for Vegito Blue, who hinted towards basically a fusion warrior character, or it could be also a hint towards future or a hint towards God Key. Now we got basically another Zinkai Awakening, and this Zinkai Awakening is hinting towards Sagas from the movies. And since we are having basically two Zinkai Awakenings that are hinting towards different stuff, we are going to take what is pretty much linked between both of them: Fusion Warriors and Sagas from the movies. Now this pretty much confirms two characters, not one character, or actually even three characters, because we have Gotenks from Sagas from the movies, we have Gogeta, Super Gogeta from Sagas from the movies, and we have Gogeta Blue as well from Sagas from the movies. Now, is Gotenks hype enough? No, that is not even a discussion. However, from what we saw from Dragon Ball Legends, do they care? No. If they want to release Gotenks, they are going to do it. However, what they care about is the money. And is Gotenks going to make them enough money? I doubt that. I definitely doubt that. I don't think that he is going to make actually even as much as basically UI Goku and Evolution Vegeta did during part 1 of the 7th anniversary. And that was one of the most horrible basically anniversaries for them when it comes to money. They did so bad during that anniversary, and I think that Gotenks is going to do even worse than that. Unless they make him a fusing Gotenks, in which case he is going to do a little bit better than what he would do as a standalone, but outside of that I don't think that they are going to pick Gotenks for part 1 at least. For part 2 that is completely different story, but for part 1 I don't think that they are going to pick Gotenks. So the only two characters that are left are Super Gogeta and Gogeta Blue. We already have Gogeta Blue as a fusing character, so I don't think that they are going to give us another fusing Gogeta Blue. That would not make any sense. So if we do get Gogeta Blue, I think that they are going to do something else with him. Either a transforming character or they could do something basically special with him and give him maybe original animations. They already somewhat gave him basically original animations with the fusing Gogeta Blue, but they held so much on him. I don't know why they didn't give him as much as they could have given him. So that is a possibility. The other possibility is a fusing Super Gogeta. And in my opinion, that makes the most sense. That is going to bring them the most amount of money, and that is going to make the most amount of people happy. So I think that the best choice for them would definitely be a fusing Super Gogeta. When it comes to money, when it comes to hype, when it comes to basically customer satisfaction, every single one of these is going to be at the maximum it can be when we have basically fusing Super Gogeta as the character. Now when it comes to the other character, it could be basically Sagas from the movies, as I said before, or it could be something completely else, because we saw them doing this multiple times. They usually sometimes do them basically both from the same sagas, sometimes they do them from different sagas. Now, if the character is Sagas from the movies, who could it be? Well, it will be pretty hard to actually match a fusing Super Gogeta with a character from the sagas from the movies. However, there is the possibility for a transforming Super Broly. That would be perfect. Or maybe they could do basically another Gohan, but this time do something else with him. They could basically do a special animation with him, original animation, or they could do a Beast Gohan. I mean, Beast Gohan is going to always be cool. Regardless of how many times they reuse him, he is going to always be one of these characters that they can reuse over and over and over again, and people will still spend money on him because he is actually that hype of a character. Basically, they could reuse Beast Gohan, or they could do a tag Gohan, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, which is going to be definitely infinitely better than just basically a standalone Gohan. But I think that character they are going to leave for a different time. Because that character can literally just handle a whole celebration alone, and fusing Super Gogeta can also handle a whole celebration alone, or at least a whole part alone. So I don't think that they are going to put these two big guns together at the same time. It feels like when they did basically that with the 6th anniversary, part 1, they regretted it and they just didn't do it ever again. I don't know why, but they just didn't do it ever again. So that is a little bit disappointing, because seeing two hype characters at the same time is definitely better than just one, but it is what it is. So this is pretty much my opinion about what we could see for part 1. I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay notified with everything new about Dragon Ball Legends. And until next time, see you as always in the next video.